Hey there, this is Sam Varner in here, and welcome to our Thursday lesson about earning more. And today we're going to be talking about earning more by getting rid of your stuff. And this kind of got spurred on because I have recently got turned on by the minimalist culture, and I've been doing a lot of research on that. And if any of you know me, I have the tendency to hold on to all of my stuff, and to the point where I remember many times in my life where people have said something along the lines of, "You have too much crap, Sam." So, I recently moved from one very large one-bedroom apartment to a much smaller three-bedroom apartment. Well, I guess it's not really that much smaller. It's just there's more people, which means more stuff, and the bedroom itself is about maybe a half to a quarter of the size of what I had before. And keep in mind, I also have a queen size bed, so now my room is more or less my bed. So that means that I have to be able to condense the stuff that I have, as well as find new furniture that accommodates for that space. So, and I realize that I'm not the only one with a lot of stuff. I can definitely name quite a few people that are holding on to books that are on bookshelves that they haven't read in years. They have many little gizmos and gadgets, old broken down iPods or laptops and other kinds of electronics, or even just things like, say, even just glasses, old glasses that have just been hanging around. Maybe you like the frames or whatever it is. You need to get rid of it in some way. And the nice thing is that there's a lot of organizations that will gladly take your stuff and give you either money in return, or they will give you a tax deduct because you're giving it to a charity. Now, I can't really show you what's in my trunk right now, but I do have quite a bit of stuff that I've been looking through and being like, I don't need this, I don't need this. My roommate has like 10 of these. If I want to ever use some of these things again, then I'll just buy them when I need them, but I don't see any need for these in the foreseeable future. This is a duplicate of something what I have. Whatever I had, I just chucked it in my truck. And the way that I kind of went about solving my problem was that I simply am bringing it to my local Goodwill and grabbing a slip and writing down all the stuff that I donated. And that organization actually has a fair price chart to go by and estimate how much things are worth, so you can deduct them from your taxes. If you're looking for a more immediate way to take care of, your cash, for example, if you have a lot of books, you may want to look into bookscouter.com, which will compare the prices that you can get, or the amounts that you can get from many different booksellers. And all you have to do is enter the ISBN. They will send you a slip. You put it in the mail. They send you a check back, which is awesome, by the way. And I already started doing that with some of the textbooks I had laying around. And it turns out that I'm sitting on a $130 book that I opened twice. So I'll be doing that very soon. As everybody knows, there's always Amazon and Craigslist. Those are been around for a while for that purpose, and they pretty much are here to stay for a while, I'm sure. And watch, now that I said that, one of them will close down tomorrow. Another thing that's been interesting lately is there's an app called OfferUp, and it works a lot like Craigslist, but instead of seeing the text listing for what it is first, you see the picture of the item, and then when you click on the item, it shows where it's located, how much the seller wants, and any other details. But for those that are more visual people, and I think a lot of people are more visual rather than text oriented, that makes a huge difference in selling stuff. And I personally have not used it to sell. I've looked around to buy, and I did notice that because I see the pictures first, I'm more likely to click on it and see if I would want it and if I want to contact the person or not. And I know a couple friends that have had very quick success with that as well. There's always the old school, have a garage sale or a yard sale. And in this time of the year, flea markets are rampant. You could probably find a local one, rent out a table for like $10, because that's what the organization does typically. and just set your stuff up and offset that $10 cost fairly quickly with depending on whatever you have. And let's see. So those were the big things. And there's just a number of ways you can get rid of stuff. And especially if you have a lot of kitchen stuff or bedroom stuff that needs to go, this is the perfect time of the year to get rid of them, especially if you're in an area where there's a lot of college students coming back. Because most of them do come back with the stuff that they need for college, but if there's kids that are coming over from, say, the other side of the country, they're not necessarily going to bring all the stuff that they need back from home all the way to school. So if you have a listing for something that they may need, you can always post stuff maybe at the campus center if they'll let you, or you can simply post them on Craigslist and maybe put the name of the school in the location rather than your actual location, so that more kids are more likely to see the stuff. So these are just a couple options. There's always more creative ways to sell things. Obviously, one other thing that I should mention, and it's kind of obligatory to mention, is eBay. Not as prominent as it used to be, but it's still another option, and you're just auctioning it off. So maybe the price that you wanted to sell it for isn't the price that ends up going. It ends up being higher. Who knows? But hope you got some benefit out of this, and hopefully you'll look through your stuff and see if there's anything that needs to go. So talk to you in the next video, and thank you. Bye-bye.